Recap of Marvel Zombies Season 1, Episode 1 English, with spoilers. Marvel Zombies S1E1, To Honor Those We Lost, Recap and Key Moments. Setting and Premise. Marvel Zombies is a 2025 adult animated miniseries, set in an alternate timeline where a zombie virus, originating from the What If episode, What If, Zombies, has overtaken the Marvel Universe. By Episode 1, Earth is a devastated wasteland. Many heroes, including the Avengers, have been zombified. The remaining survivors hide, scavenge, or fight to stay alive. Key plot beats and scenes. 1. Opening in ruined New York and survivors introduced. The show opens with Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, Riri Williams, Ironheart, and Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, navigating through a desolate and decaying New York City. They move stealthily, avoiding zombie threats, scavenging for resources. Kamala carries with her Friday, FRIDAY, an AI formerly associated with Iron Man, now integrated into a suit of armor to assist them. The eeriness of the world is striking. Silent streets, shadows, the ever-present danger of zombie attacks lurking just behind every corner. 2. The Quinjet Crash and discovery of the device. As they traverse the city, a Quinjet crashes nearby. The survivors investigate the wreckage cautiously. Inside the pilot's cockpit, they find a zombie corpse, but more importantly, a miniaturized device concealed within the body. Kamala extracts this device, which appears to be a shrunken subspace transmitter with potential to change the course of the apocalypse. Riri later studies it, identifying that it's tied to Project Lifeshot, a last resort initiative by S.H.I.E.L.D. aimed at restoring or saving the world. 3. Ambush by zombie Hawkeye and escape. As the team leaves, they are ambushed by a zombified Hawkeye. The encounter is frightening and brutal. The survivors narrowly escape. They are shaken but more determined. Kate shoots the zombie in the head. Boom, headshot, establishing that in this world, the usual heroic tactics still apply, but with higher stakes. 4. Return to safe house and analysis. Back at their hideout, the group regroups. Friday helps interface with systems. They analyze the device, and attempt to piece together what they've found. They conclude that to read or utilize the transmitter, they'll need a S.H.I.E.L.D. motherboard. Without it, they cannot decode the signals or activate whatever function it is designed for. 5. Akari's vs Carol, a zombie brawl. As they process the device's importance, the outside world's chaos interrupts their moment of calm. Zombie Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and Akari's engage in a violent, seemingly endless battle. Their clash shakes the surroundings, drawing attention and danger. Their fight is a spectacle of raw power, but also symbolic. Even powerful beings haven't escaped the plague's curse, and their duel underscores the perversion of heroism in this world. 6. Cliffhanger and stakes set. The episode ends with the transmitter in Kamala's possession as the zombie threat presses in. The survivors know that using the transmitter may be their best hope, but obtaining the S.H.I.E.L.D. motherboard, and keeping the device intact, will be difficult. More ominous. Zombie Wanda Maximoff, the Red Queen, appears in nightmares or visions, haunting Kamala and hinting that her role as the Plague's Queen is dangerous and deeply personal. In closing, Kamala hears a growl, turns, and the scene fades on that tension. The war for Earth has just begun. Themes, symbols and observations. Hope and despair. The transmitter represents hope, a tool that may reverse the apocalypse. The characters cling to it as a potential redemption. Decay of heroism. Zombies of former powerful heroes Carol, Hawkeye, etc. show that strength is hollow without humanity. Survival with sacrifice. From the onset, characters must choose between safety and risk. The show pulls no punches about cost. Power as corruption. The presence of Wanda as Queen of the Dead suggests that even magic and power have been twisted in this world. Legacy and continuity. The show ties directly to What If, Zombies, but expands the lore, bridging the animated and MCU multiverse. Recap of Marvel Zombies Season 1, Episode 2 English, spoilers. Marvel Zombies S1E2, On the Open Road, recap and key moments. Setting and build-up. The episode opens with a prologue set during the initial zombie outbreak in San Francisco. Chaos reigns. Streets are burning, buildings collapsing, people running, and the virus spreading fast. We see Shang-Chi and Katie Chen trying to survive. They rush through the streets to Chinatown to find Katie's mother, only to discover that the district is engulfed in destruction. As they push forward, Jimmy Woo joins them or arrives to help manage evacuation. He uses guns against zombies, while Shang-Chi fights them hand-to-hand. The Ten Rings intervention and Shang-Chi's bite. In the midst of the zombie onslaught, helicopters from the Ten Rings arrive overhead and begin firing on the zombies, providing cover. The arrival is dramatic and unexpected. Wenwu, the father, himself descends to engage the zombie horde on the ground. Shang-Chi is startled by seeing Wenwu, and urges using the helicopters to save more people. Wenwu, however, argues with him. During the ensuing chaos, Shang-Chi is bitten by a zombie on his arm. The infection begins to spread. To save his son, Wenwu removes the 10 rings and uses them to contain the infection in Shang-Chi's arm, effectively sacrificing his rings and leaving himself vulnerable. Wenwu's act is heroic but costly. He is quickly overwhelmed by the zombies. 5 years later, Road Journey and Survivors. The narrative fast-forwards 5 years into the future. Shang-Chi, Katie, Wu, and other survivors roam across the wasteland of the United States. Their mission: find a safe haven, preserve hope, and survive. They transport live cows as tribute or barter to secure passage into controlled zones. On the road, they confront Skrull bandits, alien invaders or raiders but successfully defend themselves. They arrive eventually at New Orleans, where there is a checkpoint, the City on the Sea, that filters survivors. The group presents their cows as tribute and is allowed in. Meeting the raft and clash with heroes. Inside the checkpoint, Shang-Chi encounters Red Guardian, and the conflict intensifies when Red Guardian sees Shang-Chi's infected arm. He mistakes him for a zombie and nearly attacks. The standoff is interrupted by Baron Zemo, who asserts control and claims authority over the checkpoint. He allows Shang-Chi's group entry and also lets Kamala Khan's group in under his terms. The checkpoint is revealed to be the Raft, a floating prison stronghold repurposed as a refuge in the zombie apocalypse. The Raft becomes a central hub for survivors. New alliances and hidden threats. Inside the Raft, survivors share food, stories, and despair. They also gain a better understanding of their mission. Kamala Khan, Kate Bishop, and others join the coalition. Kamala begins to have haunting dreams or visions involving Wanda Maximoff, the Red Queen, who appears as a spectral, controlling force, foreshadowing her role as antagonist. Living conditions, trust issues, and leadership under Zemo are tested. Characters question Zemo's motives and past, as well as whether a floating prison can truly keep them safe. Recap of Marvel Zombies Season 1 Episode 3 Spoilers ahead. Marvel Zombies S1E3, The Roaring Dead, Recap and Key Developments. Prologue, Flashback, Wakanda and Thanos. The episode opens with a flashback to What If, Zombies. Territory. Spider-Man, Black Panther, T'Challa, and Scott Lang arrive in Wakanda, entering a tense confrontation over the Mind Stone. The city is under siege, and Thanos is zombified, wielding multiple Infinity Stones. In Wakanda's throne room, they battle Thanos along with Thor, Groot, and Rocket. Thanos brutally kills Groot and Rocket in rapid succession, shocking the heroes. As Thanos attempts to snap or use his power, T'Challa sacrifices himself by pushing Thanos into the vibranium core of Wakanda, causing an energy surge that destroys the Infinity Stones and collapses the timeline's cosmic balance. In the aftermath, Peter Parker and Scott Lang are rescued by Rintrah, Sarah, and London Master Mystics linked with Kamar Taj, who escort them out. This flashback establishes the stakes. Thanos, zombified and in possession of multiple stones, is a great threat. The sacrifice of T'Challa to halt the stone's power sets up the world in chaos. Main timeline. New Asgard, Kamala and the survivors. In the present, Kamala Khan, Riri Williams, Kate Bishop, Blade Knight, and others travel to New Asgard after the disaster, seeking answers. To gain access, they must convince Valkyrie and Asgard's survivors to let them in. Blade Knight uses his connection with Khonshu to assert power and persuade Valkyrie to open the gates. At New Asgard, Feast of Flesh and Betrayal. Upon entering, the group discovers that the Asgardians have been feasting, consuming zombie flesh, under the influence or deception of Wanda Maximoff, the Red Queen. The gift from Wanda was that the zombie corpses were disguised as food. Many Asgardians begin to turn themselves into zombies, having consumed the tainted food. The conversion spreads quickly, leading to chaos. Zemo is attacked by zombies early on and is killed in the melee, shocking the group. Escape and confrontation. The group fights their way out. Kamala protects Thor when zombies swarm him, briefly reviving his interest in the battle. They reach Val's spaceship and board. Just as they're about to escape, Red Guardian turns into a zombie, forcing Kamala to push him away and leave him behind. As they lift off, Wanda uses her powers to pull them back down to Earth, thwarting their escape. Climax in Novaore Quarantine. The survivors transmit a distress or notification signal to the Nova Corps, hoping they'll respond. Instead of aid, they receive a chilling message: Earth is quarantined by the Nova Corps, and they have 10 seconds to return. The message ends just as the countdown reaches 1. Themes and character impact. Betrayed trust. Wanda's deception with the gift food betrays both Asgardians and the survivors. Even allies become threats. Sacrifice and loss. T'Challa's sacrifice in the flashback echoes present losses, reinforcing that heroism in this world comes at great cost. Corruption of power. Magic, divine lineage, and trust all twist into horror under the zombie virus. Isolation and desperation. The quarantine message indicates that even cosmic allies like the Nova Corps see Earth as too dangerous, or already lost. Recap of Marvel Zombies Season 1, Episode 4, the finale. Spoilers ahead. Marvel Zombies S1E4, Episode 4 inches, recap and key events. Opening, setup. The episode picks up with the stakes maximized. The Nova Corps fleet attempts to contain Earth and threatens to eliminate survivors still broadcasting signals. The protagonists must deal with this external threat while battling Wanda's forces. The survivors, Kamala, Riri, Kate, Shang-Chi, Blade Knight, Valkyrie, etc., are in transit on a ship heading to Earth, and their escape is threatened by Nova Corps fire. The sorcerers of Kamarage intervene. They open portals, rescuing Kamala's group and transporting them safely to Earth, or toward Earth. Arrival and confrontation at Kamarage, final battle. On Earth, they arrive or return and make their way to Kamarage, where they meet Spider-Man and Scott Lang, along with the masters of the mystic arts. The sorcerers explain that after Wakanda's collapse and T'Challa's sacrifice, the surge of Infinity Stone energy was too great to contain. Bruce Banner, Hulk, absorbed it to act as an anchor. Thus he became Infinity Hulk, tasked with containing the cosmic energies. Wanda's goal is to wrest that power from him. Wanda, Scarlet Witch, Red Queen, brings her zombie army. She attacks with overwhelming force, using zombified versions of heroes Thor, Hank Pym, etc., and mystical powers to assault Hulk and the Defenders. Key battles and tragic losses. Zombies including Thor, Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne, Sarah, London Master, among others, storm the battlefield. Many Defenders fall in battle. Hulk, though powerful, gets overwhelmed amid distraction and direct assault. In the chaos, Wanda seizes the moment to siphon his infinity-powered energy. Kamala fights to prevent Wanda's takeover, but Wanda manipulates her, convincing Kamala or cornering her to become a conduit. Under pressure, Kamala relents and allows Wanda to draw power through her. Twist and illusion, hex reality. With Wanda's power now combined with Kamala's, she triggers a reset of reality. She wraps the world in a giant hex, creating an illusion that everything is restored. In this illusion, people who died are alive again. The zombie apocalypse seems ended. Kamala awakens in her bedroom. She meets Riri and Kate, sees her mother, and believes the world is normal. But strange glitches begin. Memories, visions, and fragments from the zombie reality intrude. In the closing moments, Riri, or a fragment thereof, warns Kamala that the world is not what it seems. Her vision was manipulated. Zombie Wanda appears in a jump scare. The true zombie apocalypse may still be ongoing beneath the illusion. Themes and implications. Illusion versus reality. Wanda's hex suggests that what we see may not be true. The final world is a constructed falsehood. Power and control. The struggle is not just physical but metaphysical. Wanda's aim is to control reality itself, using Kamala and Infinity Hulk's energy. Sacrifice and loss. Many heroes die in this episode. Their sacrifices precede the illusion, giving Wanda the chance to hide her conquest. Hope and despair. The finale challenges hope itself. The world appears saved, but perhaps only as a trap. Kamala's surrender underscores how far she has been pushed. If you liked it, subscribe to my YouTube channel.